Hello, everyone. I have been tracking my weight loss transformation thus far. The second part of my transformation, what I said I wanted to document through video on YouTube. But I also wanted to create something a little bit different. I know I talk about the things that I change and I do within the week and the progress and stuff that I make that, also you could probably include into your weight loss journey. But I also wanted to do something else to give out tips to jumpstart your weight loss. So this is going to be like another little series thing that I do. So I will give 3 different tips for exercise, 3 different tips for nutrition, and 3 different tips for mental. Because a lot of us don't focus on the mental side of it, because there is a mental side to changing your life and changing anything. You have to change your perspective, change your way of thinking. You have to change the way you feel about exercise, change the way you feel about food. So I'll give you 3 tips that I use for the mental, the nutrition, and the exercise. So to start off with, and I had to write these down because usually I just talk freely, but I wanted to make sure that I hit every last one on. So as far as the nutrition, the first tip is to just start drinking more water. If you already drink a lot of water, then you can try something different, like portion control, and eating more balanced meals, adding more vegetables to your meals. So my first tip would be, if you don't drink a lot of water, is to start drinking water. But a lot of us go overboard when we start drinking more water. So just drinking more water is okay, but you don't want to overdo it, because at a certain point you're gonna flush all of the good things out of your body. And what I mean is about your electrolytes, your sodium, your potassium. It's a lot of minerals and stuff that you need to put back in, and this can be done through coconut water is a good source of electrolyte. Gatorade is another. I drink Gatorade Zero. Some people do Pedialyte. Some people do a lot. Just add your electrolytes back the best way you know how. They have electrolyte drops and stuff like that. But if you overdo the water and you don't introduce any electrolytes, especially if you're exercising for long periods of time and sweating heavily, you need to replace your electrolytes. So keep that in mind. But drinking more water and finding more nutritional sources of electrolytes, and not just sugary drinks, because that's what we're trying to stay away from. So just try drinking more water, or drinking water when you feel hungry. Another thing, these small changes you'll start to see them on the scale. You'll start to feel better, and you'll start to see the benefits in them. If you do this transition slow, and you'll learn along the way, and this is going to enable you, once you lose the weight, to keep it off. So another thing you could do is cut out bread. You don't need bread. You can have other sources of complex carbohydrates. Bread has yeast in it and other things that's not beneficial to some people. Some people can eat it, some people can't. I know bread was one of my issues because I suffer from PCOS. So cutting out bread was a great benefit for me, and finding more complex carbohydrates that are more beneficial, so I don't eat bread. So drinking more water, cutting out bread, making sure you replace those electrolytes if you're exercising heavily. Make sure you replace them while you're drinking your water, because you'll start to have cramps, heart palpitations. You can even go to the emergency room because you'll actually be dehydrated rather than hydrated. So you want to make sure you get your electrolytes in. Another thing you can do If you don't like cutting out things or feel like you're depriving yourself, it's just add more veggies to your meal. If you're not a veggie eating person or you don't eat a lot of green leafy vegetables, add more veggies. Make half of your plate veggies and then the other half, the rest of the things, you know what I'm saying? Portion control. Making smaller meals or portioning out what you eat and then drinking while you eat versus just eating your food and then drink while you eat. Portion control. These are things. And when you feel hungry, try grabbing something to drink first, preferably water. Exercise. 3 tips for exercise. If you're not big on exercising, I would say start small with that as well. Walk for 15 minutes. If it's a video that you would like to try that's maybe 30 minutes long, even if it's an hour long, and you want to start exercising and working out, do it. But I suggest do as many reps as you can do. This is how I started off. I would do 1 to 3. If 3 is all I can do, if 5 is all I can do, just do how many you can do of each exercise. It's not going to be comfortable because you're not used to doing it, but you're not overworking yourself and you're getting some exercise and you're going from doing nothing to something, and that matters a lot and that makes a big difference. So I would suggest, cutting the reps down and doing as many reps as you can do, or just walking for 15 minutes a day and start from there. Schedule your time to work out. That's the second tip. Schedule your time to work out. Schedule this time to take out for yourself, to exercise, to do something that's going to benefit you and your health. So make sure you make time if it's in the morning before you go to work, or if it's at lunchtime after you eat lunch, or if it's in the evening time. Schedule this time. Make sure if you're going outside and you're exercising outside, make sure you check the weather. You got to pay attention to these things, because one day of you not exercising when you're capable of doing it, it'll throw you off. It'll derail you. You'll start making excuses and coming up with excuses not to do the exercise or not to do it at all. So, start small, make small changes, and modify exercises. If you're following an exercise program or you're trying to do something that you haven't done before, you're not, good at doing it, or you're not capable of doing it at that moment because of your exercise level, modify it. I modified push-ups. I modified jumping jacks. I did a lot of modifying in order to build my strength up and able to do it, do the push-up on my feet. So I suggest modifying as much as you need to and making small changes to reduce the stress on your body, because once you cause stress, it's going to make your body want to hold on to weight. It doesn't want to lose it, because your body is meant to be in homeostasis to sustain life. So when you put stress on it, it holds on. It's not going to let go of weight, because, you might need that weight as a reservation for later. Your body doesn't know that, but do these things, make these small changes a little bit at a time. This will lessen the stress you have mentally, physically, emotionally. Because when you change your diet or you say you're going to restrict yourself, it's a whole mental process that go up here. So you have to be careful about how you do things. And like I said, it's not just about the weight loss. After you lose the weight, it's about maintaining it. And you need to know these things. Another 3 things to consider mentally is find out what your relationship with food is. What is your relationship with food, and what do I mean by that? What triggers you to eat sugary foods? Like, I know when it's that time of the month for me, I crave sugar. I get tired. I get drained. I don't want to do anything during that time. I'm really tired, so I have to make sure I amp up my iron, and I have to make sure that I tried my best to stay away from sugar. I have not had any sugar since I said I was going to eat clean. But find out what your triggers are. That's one of my triggers. Another trigger is when I get stressed out or I get angry, I tend to eat sugary foods and stuff like that. So now when I get angry or I have a lot of built up stress, I like to exercise. This helps me relieve my stress. So once I exercise my body and my mind and my mental, I'm able to calm down and think more clearer. So learn what your triggers are and combat them triggers with something else that's more positive and more geared towards your weight loss. So these are some things that you want to consider. And know your goals. Know your goals. I wouldn't overwhelm myself with trying to say I want to lose 100 pounds this year or something big like that. Make your goals smaller, or don't even make your goals about weight. Make your goals about living a healthier lifestyle. I want to drink more water, so I'm going to focus on drinking more water. And what does that do? That helps you shed the water weight that you might be retaining from not drinking enough water and having too much sodium in your body. We tend to retain water and we feel more bloated and things like that. Drinking water instead of snacking will cut the calories. This will help you lose weight. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, yes, you should have a goal in mind of how much weight you want to lose. But when you put that target on your back, you're more likely to fail. But if you focus on the small things and you build from there, this makes the journey more beneficial. And just make it more about your health. Like I said, your relationship with food and the triggers. Learning that this is a healthier lifestyle. Making your goals small and focusing on those small goals versus making it a real big goal. This is the main thing. And I think that's it. That's it for the mental. But yeah, remember, try drinking more water. Cut out the bread. If you don't want to cut out the bread, add more veggies. If that's not anything that you want to do, portion control, portion it out. Eat more vegetables, half your plate vegetables, smaller portions of the other things. Protein is good, not too much, but protein is good. Eat more protein and veggies and make your carbohydrates smaller. You know what I'm saying? Eat like you've been eating. Just cut it down and then build from there. Learn how to cook healthier meals. Learn how to substitute. It's a lot of things that you can do. But you want to start small so you can maintain that and then build from there. And when you build from there and know the basics and where to start, this will keep the weight off in the long run. Also with exercise, like I said, you want to start small by walking 15 minutes a day, and then you can extend it. After 2 weeks, you build up your endurance and you do these things to make yourself stronger and not make yourself so overwhelmed about this new change, because this is a lifestyle change. This is not just a minute. Okay, I'm just going to lose this weight and now I can go back to doing the things that I was doing before. No, when you change, you change. So this is a lifestyle change. But that's all I have for right now. I don't want to make it too long. Like I said, each week I'll do 3 for the mental, 3 for exercise, 3 for nutrition. All right, you guys, like, share, and subscribe, and you have a great day. I always forget. Comment. Please comment. Your comments are welcome. If you have any questions, you have anything that you might want me to touch on, discuss, then that's fine. All right, have a great day.